Welcome back to the Doll World, everyone. Oh boy, do I have a lot for us to look at today. It has been a busy week of finding really great things at Michael's, on Facebook Marketplace, on eBay. I can barely walk right here because I've got a lot of stuff at my feet that we're gonna take a look at. I'm very excited to share and show. So without further ado, I think we need to just get started because we got a lot to look at. As most of you know, I am in the middle of production for my upcoming movie. And so I'm at that point where I'm trying to find those last few items that I need to accessories or big things to like help build sets and stuff. So I am constantly on eBay and Facebook Marketplace, flipping through old catalogs and just trying to figure out what are those last few things I need to really like bring this story to life. And so I've got a really cool Facebook Marketplace find that I'm eager to show you guys. I teased that I was doing this on Friday, but I didn't show you what it was. One thing I did share on my Instagram, however, was this first thing we're gonna look at. I got it at Michael's. Now, Michael's right now has all their Halloween stuff out, and I just showed you, we were looking at Wednesday in my last video. I got her, I'm so excited. She's so super cute. Oh, and by the way, my husband and I, we just finished the first season. Now, this is our second watch through. We watched it when it first came out, and both he and I agreed the second time watching it was way better. And I am one of those people where it's like, I will watch the show. Now, granted, it's been like 2 years. I completely forgot. I was like, oh, I totally forgot. Like, well, I don't want to spoil it for those of you who haven't seen it, but it was like getting to watch it for the first time again. There were some parts where I'm like, okay, I remember this, but yeah, the second watch through has been a lot better. So we are now ready to start season 2. I'm very, very excited. But yes, so in our last video, we took a look at Miss Wednesday here, and I found the cutest accessory for Wednesday. Now, right now, Michael's has all of their Halloween stuff out, so I urge you to go now and get it. Although I was there, so I got this on Friday, nothing was on sale. Because I feel like Michael's is usually the kind of place where stuff goes like on sale for like 40% off pretty quickly, but I'm guessing this piece was brand new because it was regular priced. But I did have a coupon on the app. Are you ready? Check it out. How cool is this? Now, like I said, I did share this already on my Instagram, but this is the first time YouTube is seeing it. But the sticker tells me that it's called just the Dead Regency Tabletop Decor. But as you can see, it works as like an armoire, or what did Felicity call it? Felicity had a name for it, I thought. Was it a clothes press or something? But I immediately thought of that in regards to its like structure. I thought of like that clothes press from the Felicity collection. But how perfect is this for Wednesday? Now, granted, you can use it for, if you don't have Wednesday, you can use it for any of your dolls or any kind of Halloween theme. I'm gonna give you a close-up look on that little detail there, that flourish. And I don't know if you can see it, I'll try to see if I can catch the light, but there is a skull right here. So it's definitely, you know, gothic, it's Halloween. We've got those little details at the bottom. Isn't that awesome? And then I already have some of Wednesday's stuff inside, but you just open the doors up. And yeah, I've got her piranhas here. We got a little shelf. It is fixed. There's nothing up here, but you could probably, if you wanted, you could probably put a dowel there or something and make it so that you could like hang clothes. Although I don't think it's, yeah, it's not wide enough, you know, or it's not deep enough rather to hold clothes. But regardless, I thought this was so cute. Whenever I find really cool things like this, I try to post it on my Instagram as fast as I can and let you know where you can find it. Because I always appreciate it when people do that for me and I can run out and get it. But yeah, so this was $60, but I did have a 20% off coupon, but I noticed the other day, if you buy it online, it's 30% off. So I'm wondering if you could just like buy it online and then go and like pick it up, like do the curbside or whatever. So that might be an option, but I thought this was amazing. I was like, I have to get this. I wanna say they had like 5 of them in stock or at least on the shelf on display. So, but I feel like something like this is gonna sell out pretty quickly, so I would get it sooner rather than later. But yeah, I took some pictures with it next to Wednesday, and I just thought it was perfect. I'll give you a little look on the inside if you wanted to see. It's kind of like, it's regular, you know, it's like a little unfinished, But regardless, you could dress it up however you want. I just, like I said, I saw this and I was like, oh, I gotta share because I feel like a lot of us would just love to have it. Oh, if you wanted to see how it compares, I'm gonna measure it real quick so I can tell you guys. Okay, it's 21 inches tall, but that's including this little flourish here, or the finial, whatever you wanna call that. So it's a good size. It's perfect for 18-inch dolls, but yeah, I was like, I gotta share this with everybody because this is too cool. Peaches and cream just caught my eye. This is another thing I posted on Instagram because I don't know, although I don't really want to mess up her stole. Oh well, I'm gonna show you guys. One thing I'm kind of bummed out about my peaches and cream doll, and it's only this one. Dark hair is fine, no problems. She's got perfect hair. But this doll, unfortunately, I noticed that this side of her hair is hanging lower, and then this one has much more spring to it, but she's definitely losing the curls on this side. And like, check that out. Like, look how limp and lifeless that is. I was so disappointed when I saw this. I was like, oh no. But I think I'm gonna try and redo her hair, although I'm super nervous to do it with her hair though, just because she is a limited edition collector doll, but I really want her to have those curls back, so I'm gonna have to figure something out. One of you told me that I could do, like, I could put it in curlers and then put her in boiling water. That makes me so nervous. I have seen people do that method before, but those are people who probably know what they're doing, and I clearly don't, and I'm just worried I'm gonna melt her hair. But yeah, that's what I've been told, to maybe look into doing that. But yeah, I've got her like outfitted, but you can see this curl here is just so like limp and lifeless. I'm kind of bummed out. But yeah, she's great. She looks fantastic. No problems with her. Okay, so I apologize. We're gonna be kind of like jumping from like topic to topic because I got a lot to show you guys. But the next thing I want to show you is not American Girl. It's actually Our Generation. Do we have any Our Generation fans in here? I typically am not a huge fan of Our Generation, and it has nothing to do with like, oh, American Girl is so much better, or you know what I mean? It's not that. It's just I very rarely find Our Generation accessories cute. I'm just kind of like, it's okay. I do have the cinema, the movie theater. It's actually right down here. And I will say this though, it's really cute, but it is the biggest pain in the butt because I feel like Our Generation playsets don't break down at all. They don't fold, they don't break down. Once they're built, they are built and they take up a ton of space. And the other thing is that I have had no success in breaking this down myself. I've gotten my tools out and I've like put on my patient pants and I have tried my best to see like, how can I break this down without breaking it, and I've had no success. So it's really cute. I don't want to get rid of it, but it just takes up a ton of space. It's always annoying to me. I'm looking right now at Melody's recording studio, the Grand Hotel, 2 Mary Ellen Seaside Diners, and the Nania's Family Market. And those things like fold up so nicely, and like I can literally put them in my closet like books on a bookshelf. It's amazing. But I just feel like Our Generation, they don't really factor that in. Any kind of like break it down, push it aside. I don't know. It's like once it's built, it's built. But we are not looking at an Our Generation big play set. We're actually just looking at like an accessory set. So a little tease for my upcoming movie. There is going to be a scene that takes place in a science class at school. And so I go online, I start looking up, like I just Google like American Girl, you know, classroom stuff. Like, and I have most of it. I was kind of like, oh, I have all this kind of stuff. But there was one set that came up and I was like, that is perfect. That's exactly what I need. However, I found out it was Our Generation. And then I went on eBay and I found someone who was selling it brand new in the box. So here we've got the Our Generation Science Lab. How cute is that? I love the skeleton. I love this little skeleton. And I have to admit, the reason I really bought this was because of the skeleton, but he also comes with a stand. So you can put him on, you know, you have like the skeleton that's hanging out in the corner of your science class. I just thought that was really, really cute. And so I was like, you know what? I could probably definitely do something with this cart here. There's an apron. There's just lots of fun stuff. I do have to say, I feel like I've got a lot of this kind of stuff. Like, what do you call these? Like beakers and stuff. I have that from American Girl already. Oh, here, you can see in the back picture, you can see the skeleton on the stand. And I just thought that was so cute. But yeah, I got it for a pretty good deal. One thing that is a little frustrating though, is that the person who sold it, they didn't tell me that it had a clearance sticker on it. And I'm not upset that it has a clearance sticker because I'm just gonna open it up. What I'm annoyed with is that it clearly shows how much they paid for it, with me knowing how much I had to pay for it on eBay. And I was like, really? So I definitely overpaid for this a little bit, but I thought it was really cute. And I was like, hey, it's brand new in the box. It's got all the accessories. That's a win-win, right? So, but yeah, so we're gonna have a science class scene. And I think this is gonna look really, really cute with that. Just to kind of like dress it up and really fill out the space with all these little accessories and stuff. So I figure we'll open this together. We'll probably not, I'm not gonna open up all the pieces. I really just wanna look at this skeleton and see how it is. Now, the only downside I see to this though, is that once I opened this up and I was able to actually look at it and I had it in my hands, I did feel like the skeleton was a little small because usually, if I'm correct, the skeleton that you usually see in a science class is full human size. Oh wow, they have really, this box is not wanting to open up. Oh man, okay, wow, this was like way more difficult to open than American Girl. Alrighty, so we're gonna open this on up. What was I saying? Oh wow, this is not an easy open. Holy moly. This thing did not want to come out. Oh, I didn't even notice this. It says the burner lights up. That's cute. That'll look cute. Okay. Okay, I'm not, oh man, look at all the tape on this thing. This is definitely not something that I really care about the box. I'm just gonna kind of tear it open. But I figured, oh my goodness. This is like, I think they super glued all this in. Okay. American Girl stuff is never this hard to open. So let's get skeleton, let's get this dude out. I will say this. One of the things, I'm not trying to be like super salty on our generation, but it's just, I do feel that one of the things that makes American Girl so expensive, in addition that I do think that the quality is higher, but I also think they factor in the like the storability of it. You know what I mean? Because here's what I'm talking about. Oh, I never released that video. I was gonna say, remember my last video when I was talking about, I never released it because I was like all over the place that day. But I was talking about how whenever I build my little sets and backdrops for my dolls for either movies or Instagram photos, I always like to factor in the ability to then break it down so I can like easily store it. So it's not something I have to trash. It's something I can like keep for a long time, but doesn't take up a ton of space. And when I do that, it makes the process longer because then you have to kind of put on your thinking cap and think like, okay, how can I make this work so that it still looks really good and full for the photos, but then everything can kind of like pack down nice and slender and small. And I feel like American Girl, for the most part, takes that in consideration with a lot of their play sets. Again, Grand Hotel comes to mind, Melody's recording studio, because those can fold out to be pretty big, pretty impressive, but then they kind of like fold in on themselves and it's really nice. Holy mother of God, this is insane. Remember how when I started this video, I was like, I have nothing against our generation. I have everything against it right now. The other thing is like clearly this, oh my gosh, look how dirty my fingers are. This person clearly had this hanging out in their garage. There is so much tape. So there's two, it's like a clamshell. There's two pieces of plastic that's holding all this stuff in. And I am literally almost having to cut the entire like perimeter of this because there is so much tape holding it together. And then there was even a piece of string right in the middle. Okay, it's open. But you know what I have to do now? I now have to go wash my hands. My hands are so dirty. Okay, all freshened up, all cleaned up, freshened up, and back. Okay, now we can start opening up. So we got a little periodic table of elements. That's cute, okay. But here's what I really want to look at is our little skeleton dude. Okay, let's see. Oh, his arm is off. Looks like it pops right back in though, so that's good. Okay, so let's just pop his arm back in. Can you imagine if I break it? I hope I don't break it. Oh, oh my gosh, his little jaw opens up. That's cute. Check that out. That's awesome. So yeah, we've got this little dude here. Let me show you. Wednesday is the easiest to grab, but as you can see, you know, wouldn't you think like it would be more like her size? Oh yeah, it's much smaller than she is. You'd think it would be like the same size, but oh well. This is gonna be one of those things where it's just gonna be in the background, but it'll still look cute. Oh, I see how it goes on. Okay. So this will pop in there, and then this dude can just stand. All right, it's cute. I like it. I'm definitely going to be using it. You'll definitely see it in the background of my movie scene. So, yeah, that's cute. I thought that was a nice little thing. Now that I have it in my hands, though, I do feel like I probably could have just made this myself because I actually have a skeleton that is American Girl size that I've used for previous movies. I probably could have just stuck a stick up there and put him on a stand, but this is still cute. This is cute. We get this little physics book. Check it out. That's cute. I like that. Okay, I do feel like their stuff is way bigger. Oh my gosh, these are taped down too. These are way bigger than American Girl stuff. Like, look at this pencil. So we've got a pencil here, and then we've got like a red Sharpie marker. Oops. Can you see that? Now look at this. Let me grab a American Girl one. Here's the pencil that came with the American Girl school set. Check that out. This is like way thicker, way chunkier. I don't know if you can see it. Sorry, it's trying to focus on the wrong thing. But yeah, that's weird. So yeah, I do think I do prefer, for the most part, well, I mean, I definitely prefer the American Girl stuff better. But some of this stuff is gonna look really cute. Like, look at that. That could just be kind of like hanging out on a desk or something like that. Oh, here is the, if you're interested in this, here is the little cart, and it's on rollers. That's cute. That's cute, right? And it's got a nice shape too. It looks very, very science classroom-like. I like that. I'll probably put like the American Girl stuff on it, but I like that. But yeah, so I think that's all I'm gonna show you guys, because I think for the most part, like, I don't think you guys care too much. I think Wiz is more of an American Girl channel. But plus the thing is like really dirty, and so I need to clean it up. This thing's pretty cute though, this little test tube thing. Again, I have something like this that's actually by American Girl. This is cute. It'll still make a, you know, I need lots of accessories. That's one of the things that I really think helps make good photos and good movies, is just, it's all those little accessories, all those little embellishments you can add in the background to really give it some life, some depth. So I'm definitely going to be, you know, sprinkling these things all around my image. So yeah, this is ultimately, it's a cute set. I'm really happy with this, and I didn't pay too much for it. One thing I do have to point out though is, like, I like these little glasses. Do you see that? That's kind of cute. Now, we got something similar in Mary Ellen's set. It was in it was in her little Stomp Rocket set. And then we also got like a clear version that came with, it was like a volcano. It was like a school volcano set. So these are definitely different looking, but those are cute. I'd like to add those to my, I can't talk, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm like fumbling my words like crazy. But I think these are very cute. I'm glad to have them in my collection, because an accessory that I got a while back that I thought was so cute were these little eye goggles. Now, these are something you would see, I think that came with, there were two versions. There was one that came with the science kit that they had, but then this one I actually got, it was one of those like blind bags, mystery pack things, and it came with like measuring tape, and it had more of like, not a science center vibe, but more of like a kind of like a home construction kind of a thing. And I thought that was so cute, but it doesn't fit on their faces very well. I got Logan here to demonstrate, and like I was just like, this is so cute. And so I put it on his face, right? And like, look, first of all, okay. It's kind of small, right? Don't you think? Don't you think it should be like a little bit bigger? I mean, it doesn't look too bad, I guess, but I put it on and I was like, oh, okay. Just a little small. I don't know. Let's see how he looks with the glasses. Here he is with the glasses. You can see they fit his face. They go around his face much better. I just wish those goggles were, because I have to admit, I think aesthetically, I think I like the look of these better. I think these are cuter, but these ones just fit his face so much better. All right, now I'm getting off topic, so now we gotta move along. And it is now the next day. Yes, I'm having to redo this. Yesterday, I don't know if you could hear it, my microphone was starting to go out and I recorded this whole thing and the audio was just unusable. I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? So I got ready again and we're here. I'm gonna do this again. But now it is time for me to tell you my story. It's time to tell you about my Facebook Marketplace find. And I'm very, very excited about it. So I busted out my old American Girl catalogs. And so today we're gonna look at this one. This is Pleasant Company. It's holiday 1995. Pleasant Company for American Girls. I told you in a previous video, my mom has like all of these saved and I've been leafing through them. And I do wanna do a video where I'm gonna put like a camera up here so it shoots down and then at me as well. And we're gonna like flip through these old catalogs together. Because there's some really great stuff in here. But I wanted to show you today, and like take a stroll down memory lane. Do you remember the very first American Girl, Girl of Today? I remember when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. As a fan of the American Girls collection, you know, I only knew it as historicals at the time, right? It was Addie, Kirsten, Samantha, Molly, Felicity. And so now this was their very first time diving into, you know, what would an American Girl look like today in 1995? And I have to admit, I wasn't a huge fan of her outfit, but I did chuckle because my sister had a hat and she was all about the sunflowers. She literally dressed just like this. So I was like, wow, they did a great job creating a girl of today. But I just thought it was really awesome. I mean, and that was the first time we ever got to see, remember? You got to actually pick out your face, your hair color, your eye color. Like, it was a whole thing. But me being the bookworm that I was at the time, remember how when they actually came with these little books? You know, the stories were like, meet Samantha, Samantha learns a lesson, Samantha surprise. And now you had the ability to create your own stories for your own doll. To me, that was like the selling point. I was like, oh my gosh, I would love to have this. But of course, I was the little boy who wasn't allowed to play with dolls. But my mom did actually buy her. In fact, I think if I remember correctly, we had 2 of them running around. And I actually got to see the books and everything. I thought it was very, very cute. But I have mentioned on this channel, as much as I love dolls, I love play sets and accessories. So when I flipped to the second page, that was when my jaw really dropped. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. This is amazing. Because like those historical stories, they were kind of doing that with this modern girl, right? Here she is dressed up for school. So this would be her like learns a lesson outfit. She had her sleepwear. She had her own little personal doll that she would have received for Christmas. But I was enamored with that bunk bed. That was like my holy grail item at the time. So I was 14 when this all dropped. And at that time, my 2 older brothers had moved out of the house. So my parents were shifting my younger sister and they were shifting our bedrooms around. And they were going all out. They were like getting us all new furniture. They were repainting. They were redoing the closets. Like it was a whole thing. And I very, very much remember that summer because it was also the summer when Clueless came out. I was about to start high school and I was going through some things, but I remember with my furniture packed away while my parents were redoing the bedrooms, I was sleeping in my oldest brother's room on this like blow up mattress. I only had a few things around me, but one of them was this catalog and I would flip through it every night as I was going to bed. And I remember my parents were like, hey, you know, you're a teenager now. You can pick out what you want your style to be for your bedroom. We're gonna take you furniture shopping and you can pick out what you want. You guys, if I wasn't the biggest like wacko, I literally was like, I want my bedroom to look like this. I want a bed that looks like that. I want these like, at the time, like super modern bed sheets and stuff. And now this catalog doesn't show it. I'm guessing it was 1996 when they would actually include a nightstand that would go along with it. And I'm not kidding you guys. We went to a furniture store. I found a bed that looked exactly like this bunk bed, although it was just a regular bed. It wasn't a bunk bed. It was the metal piping. I found bed sheets that were black and white striped. Like, You guys, I just wanted to be an American Girl of today. And I remember we even got a nightstand that looked exactly like it. I apologize, I don't have the image to show you right now in the catalog, but I got it to look just like it. It was a thing. So this just created such a memory for me. I think between like the paint fumes and starting high school and all the changes I was going through at the time, it just really like burned a memory, a core memory into my mind. And I always thought as I became an adult doll collector, I would love to have that bunk bed just to kind of just to have it, right? So guess what I got on Facebook Marketplace Find Friday? I got the bunk bed. Now what's funny is that this bunk bed is not hard to find. I have seen it countless times on eBay and it's actually relatively inexpensive. I feel like a lot of the times it's actually it was originally sold for $65. And I feel like oftentimes you can find it for much cheaper than that. Now it depends obviously on the, how the owner took care of it and so forth, but I feel like it's not very hard to find. But it is big, it's bulky, the shipping charges can be quite high on it. So this popped up on Facebook Marketplace and the woman who was selling it was 3 miles away from my house. It was an adult doll collector. She had taken excellent care of it. And she even had the original box that it came in. I mean, have you ever seen a more iconic work of art? So can you believe it all folds down into this little simple thing? So I thought that was pretty cool, but yeah, excellent condition, original box and all. She wasn't asking for much. She was asking $80, but it was for the whole thing in the box. Plus she included a sleep sack. Now, one thing that I think I should point out, if you look at the catalog, there are no actual bed sheets for this bunk bed. The bunk bed was sold as a structure, 2 mattresses and 2 pillows, and they just use these sleep sacks in the photo to create the, the bedding. Now, it's funny because they call them sleep sacks. I think most of us would call them a sleeping bag, right? Because it zips up the sides and it just rolls in on itself. But yeah, she had one, and as you can see, it too was in fantastic condition. So I was so excited, you guys. I messaged her immediately and I was like, I will be right there. I'm coming right now to pick this up. This is definitely something I have had my eye on for a very long time, and I'm very glad to have it in my collection now. As I mentioned, as I'm working on this movie, I'm kind of like trying to piece together those last few things I would like. This is actually going to be in my movie. There's going to be a scene that takes place in someone's bedroom, and this is the bed. I was like, this would be perfect. So I'm very glad to not only, complete something like kind of like a holy grail item, I guess you could say, but it's also going to contribute to the movie as well. And also I wanted to point out, it's actually just, if you were curious to know, because it is very similar in style to Courtney's bed, it's just a smidge smaller. It's a smidge shorter and longer, but for the most part, it's about the same size. But of course, having the bed wouldn't be enough. I was like, I need to start looking for that nightstand. Like I mentioned, I actually wound up getting a nightstand for myself that looked very similar to it. So I was like, again, I just need to relive this nostalgia, right? And again, also, the nightstand for this isn't very hard to find, and you can find it pretty inexpensively. Is that inexpensive? Is that a word? Inexpensively? I don't know if that's a word, but yeah, I unboxed it on camera for you guys, but the audio was just complete trash. But here I am opening it up, and I was so excited because it is in fantastic condition. And the person was only selling the nightstand because it also came with a lamp that kind of twisted, and it had like a telephone radio combo kind of a thing. I didn't need any of that. I just wanted the actual little nightstand. But as you can see, it is adorable. Very, very 1990s, right? Just this white like wooden top and then the black metal. I love this little handle because my handles were exactly like this. This was just such a style, such a look at that time. And I did have a bedroom that kind of looked like it. I modeled it right after the American Girl catalog. And so it's kind of nice that I have it now for my dolls to really remember it and then to also use it in my movie, right? But yes, I am very, very excited to create this set for the movie and see how this is all gonna work. I have I have an idea of it in my head, but there's always gonna be tweaks and changes that happen as I'm like actually physically putting it together. So I'm eager to see where this is gonna take me, but I'm very excited to set this all up. Well, with that, I think I have gone on enough. We had a lot of fun looking at a lot of fun things today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I always have a great time making these videos, and it seems like you guys have a good time watching them. Now, if you don't mind, I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe to my channel, ring the bell to be notified every time I upload, and while you're at it, give this video a like. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you next time in the doll world.